everyone. This is my 10th Danganronpa stream. But I'm almost done with the game. I'm on chapter 5 out of 6, unless the epilogue counts, and it's 5 out of 7. Or if the prologue counts, then it's... I don't even know. 6 out of 8, I don't know. But I'm nearing the end of the game. Yeah, I'm nearing the end of the game. So right now, I just got to copy and share the link. Wait, hold up. Boop. Okay. And this time, I have stuff done. Like, I have my nighttime routines done, so you won't be waiting 30 minutes. Hello, Dankness! Thank you for being the first one here as always, or at least the first one to comment. No, we're not listening to Ratatouille the musical, but I still may or may not sing it, because a lot of the songs are so catchy. Honestly, I'm just really impatient to, like, just know everything behind this game. Like, honestly, if I wasn't streaming this, I'd probably have been done with this game, like, probably, like, days ago. But because I'm streaming it, like, and I want to, like, make time for everyone to see it, and I want to be consistent, and I'm just like, the longer I wait, the longer I just want to know the truth of what's behind everything. Like, what about Makoru Ikusada? What about the mastermind? How does it get there? Like, what in the world? Okay. Post it on Twitter. Now I'm gonna post it on Wattpad. But how are you doing today, Dankness? How was the reading? Oh, hi, Ghost! Yeah, I know you did the reading with the VC was out of hand. Oh, oof. I sadly believe that. Hello, Ghost. How you doing? Yeah, sometimes I just really can't handle VCs. That's why I always try to be like, one at a time, stop interrupting each other. But people really like to interrupt each other nowadays. I'm just like, just let the other person finish, please. Were you guys playing Among Us? Because it's especially playing Among Us. Like, it's not just, like, in our group, but also when I was playing with Press Start Studios, people would not let each other finish. And I love those people, but people would not let each other finish, and it got so annoying. Like, I didn't want to raise my voice, but people kept interrupting, so I had to, in order for everyone to stop and listen. Because, like, someone is, like, trying to say something important, and no one hears it because they keep talking, or they're just making a pointless joke, or making a random noise, and I'm just like, just shush and listen, please! It's not posting on Wattpad for some reason. Announce. Okay. Wait, what happened to Onward? Oh, apparently a line that, like, confirmed a character in Onward being gay was, like, changed in China so that China could have the movie without being offended. Wow. I just read that in Courtney's server. Okay, done with Discord. Let's open this dang game now. Wait, how many hours have I put into it? I've been playing this game for 38.5 hours. This is a long game. Alright. Danganronpa. Let me go to my Twitch app so I can see you guys' messages. Ow. I got my charger stuck in my glasses for a bit. Ah! Alright, I'm on my phone now to see the chat. Oh, is the music off or something? Or is that how it always does? Danganronpa. Oh, never mind, I was early. Darn it. Celeste! You bish! You biscuit eater. Oh my gosh. I made it very far in this. Gosh darn it. This is a long game. What am I wearing? I'm wearing UV glasses. So they're UV glasses that like protect my eyes from like the strain of looking at screens. Oh, what am I eating? I'm eating a protein cookie. So anyways. Trial 5. So much is happening in Trial 5 and I am so confused, but I gotta just take it easy like I did with other trials, because I was expecting Trials 3 and 4 to be hard, but they weren't that bad. so I just gotta review my evidence. No, don't apologize. Hi, Manuel! How are you doing? How's your day? Okay, but just gotta review my evidence just as extensively as last time. And I can do this. Shouldn't be stressed about this. I know I can do this. I can do this! Alright. It's the Monokuma file! Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. The identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed with a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. I don't remember the other wounds part. I do remember, okay, so it was struck on the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. Okay. Metal pipe to the head. And also, when the body exploded, there wasn't blood covering everywhere. So, part of me is thinking maybe that was a decoy, but I don't know. But if that was a person, blood would have splattered everywhere. Okay. The exploded body analysis. The explosion has burnt the upper half of the body beyond recognition. The upper half of the body remained on fire and has to be extinguished. Because of this, the upper half was soaking wet, while the bottom half remained dry. Yeah, the body had long, fake nails. And also, that tattoo looked like that Fenrir. It was the tattoo of that Fenrir group that Makuro Ikusaba was a part of. Yeah. Yeah, just noticed that. Okay, bits of charred debris near the bomb. It should be noted that the bomb which had been removed from Monokuma in the gym had disappeared. Yeah! Wait a minute! It disappeared and it was moved to that body? Yeah. I figured it was a bomb, but I didn't realize it was the same one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because that bomb... Oh, wow. Okay. Fragments near the dead body was the bomb from the Monokuma unit. You have connection issues, audio's cutting out. That's okay, guys. Maybe try refreshing, I don't know. Okay, sprinklers. Sprinklers are programmed to come on every morning at 7:30. And this time, it is impossible to change. As such, it could be assumed that if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, it would have gotten wet. But it's only wet on the top half, not the bottom half. Because it was there before 7:30, it would have been wet all over. Wait, did I look at everything? Yeah. Okay, 7 a.m. Makoto wakes to make the morning announcement. The body's not dead yet. At 7:30, Makoto and Hina are arriving in the dining hall. Body's not dead yet. Makoto meets the others in the gym, and together they head to the headmaster's room. Now, okay, so sometime in between 7:30 and 9 a.m. is when the person dead had the bomb. So 9 a.m., Toko finds the pickaxe and she discovers the body. You're late, Kel? No, you're not that late. We literally just started. I'm literally just reviewing the evidence that I found. Ghost says, for the last stream, you thought it was part of a painted in the room with the archer? No, it was part of the bomb. Makoto said it when he analyzed it. Also, guys, please don't help me. Please don't give me any hints unless I ask for them. Even if you haven't played this game before, and you're like, wait a minute, I thought this had this, but how could this be this? Don't tell me that either, please. Like, if you want to play along to yourself, you can think it to yourself, but please don't put it in the chat. Apparently, the killing game began with 16 participants, all students. It is assumed that Makoto Ikusaba was the 16th student. Monokuma also revealed that the reason Kyoko wears gloves is to hide something she doesn't want anyone to see. The scars on her gloves. That's what Monokuma said. Woodblock key. It's found in Kyoko's room. Looks like it's actually the key to one of the lockers in the dojo. Yes. It is, because it worked. A set of titanium arrows was found in a dojo locker. Ghost, no hints! A set of titanium arrows was found in a dojo locker. There appears to be 10 in total. Okay, so there's 10 titanium arrows. Okay. I know nothing of this chapter, so I'm blind in this as dense as a harem protagonist. And that's okay, Ghost. If you don't know what's happening, you don't know what's happening. But don't even tell me what you think is happening. Don't even say, I think you should use this truth bullet here, or I think you should select this answer. Like, don't even tell me what you think, too. Okay. Oh, you were making a joke? Okay. It's fine. But, please, like, even if you're joking, like, just don't do that, because you're gonna freak me out. Okay, so there were 10 arrows in the locker, made of titanium. And here, along with the arrows, there was also wadded up ball of duct tape in the locker. The duct tape had traces of blood on it. It's assumed that this is related to the case, but nobody can imagine how. We'll figure that out. Kyoko used Monokuma's secret tool, which grants access to any room in the school, to sneak into the second floor of the dorms. So Kyoko used Monokuma's secret tool, which grants access to any room in the school, to sneak into the second floor of the dorms. This area seems to have no monitors or security cameras. Okay. Set skills. Okay, so there is one other skill I had to get rid of, but I can have it now. Melodious voice. Yeah! Okay, I'm maxed out with skills now. I can't have any more skills because people don't like my gifts! That's fine, though. Let's do this, fam. Let's do this.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
I forgot Monokuma just really...
will determine the results.
I forgot Monokuma really made the room, like, party-like.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Oh, you're not gonna give us a discussion question.
Well, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
Dude, Kyoko is literally in the class trial with us.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost.
She has legs and stuff.
Well,
Hero.
that's just because
Hero.
she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Hero.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay.
So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
Hmm.
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
Why are we even talking about
We
this?
just got burnt up in the explosion.
Why are we even talking about this?
I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
Why do people actually think that the corpse was Kyoko? What the heck?
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Someone just go touch her and prove she's a real person.
Oh, she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
Mm-hmm.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Mm-mm.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
What?
Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Thank you, Byakuya. One thing I agree with.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Yay!
Yo, what's wrong? No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves.
I'm not reading all your comments out loud, but I'm seeing them. The flavor cookie I'm eating is peanut butter chocolate chip.
Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh?
You need
They're
to shush.
complicated like that.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Thank you.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
I'll figure that
There
out.
might be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition,
It was.
and there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Oh, if we can't identify the body,
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
I think. Okay.
If Kyoko really is, then who died?
gotta be I don't think so. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Oh, if we can't identify the body.
Yay! That was
Yo,
easy.
what's wrong?
Hi, Kana. Kyoko. Kyoko is like a Sonic character. They never want to take off their gloves. I love that. How'd your reading go tonight, Kana? Sorry I wasn't there.
For real? You're lying. You'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
Bruh.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh?
It's Makoto Ikusaba.
Dog? Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
You shush.
Seriously? It really did something that humiliating?
Ghost had to voice S and T. Oh my gosh. You started an hour late because you messed with each other. I bet if I was there, I would have been like, y'all gotta get on track. But I wasn't.
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
It has to be Makoto Ikusaba. Literally, who else could it be? Okay, it's either this or it's... Wait, was there not the book? Oh, the book wasn't a truth bullet. Okay, but it's this.
I got it!
Yeah!
The Fenrir mercenary.
Random is
Corps.
always trying to
That's the
convince me
name of
to
the
not
military
rewrite my
group
fanfic.
Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Not rewrite yours, but he probably he wants me to write like all of mine, but it's fine. You said your entity voice. You crunch hard. Aw, ghost. Okay, Fenrir Mercenary Corps.
Okay, so...
That's the
So that they're
tattoo.
a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
The image that represents Fenrir is... Bruh. Oh, wolf? Wolf. That's literally what it is. Where's an L? Here's an L. No, 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 no! No! I tried! That was easy.
Now I understand.
You tried to look within yourself to bring out your inner girl. It did not go as you planned. Lol.
The representation
You tried,
of
Ghost,
Fenrir
you
is
said.
a wolf.
Fenrir, the wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf. He's the child of the trickster god Loki and a female giant.
Wow. They're literally talking about Ragnarok and Marvel and all that. Like, the fact that... wow.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. And that means
That she's a member of Fenrir.
The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir.
A wolf with a
So
star.
it must have been Mukuro.
Yeah.
What?
Makoto Ikusaba.
hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Wow.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a true last trial?
No, it means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
Thing that says Loki is an actual Norse god. Yeah, I know Loki's an actual Norse god. I know he is. But I'm just like, I learned it from Marvel before I learned it was an actual myth.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from...
Comment, Danganronpa brings up Loki. MS, oh yeah, from Marvel. Mythology Loki. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Ghost, it's great to hear from you again. If I've come to talk to you again. Is that it? Come to talk to you again? I don't know.
Kyoko, that's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Yoko got it wrong?
Who was she? Who was Mukuro Hikusaba? She's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
You're gonna have to teach me Norse mythology one day, Kana? Okay, do it.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
There's your ultimate writer coming out, Toko. See, you're so much more than, like, a tool for Byakuya. You're so much more than that.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait.
Kill
But
says,
remember this.
if Kyoko gets killed by Byakuya, you're disowning him. Yeah, you should disown him already, but it's fine. I can't change your opinion.
No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I disowned Byakuya in chapter 2 when he messed with the murder scene. He knew who the murderer was the whole time, and he just messed with it just to have quote-unquote fun. That's when I disowned him.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation.
Huh?
Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big old brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no. There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along.
There's actually 2 Lokis in Norse mythology. Thor's brother, who's a trickster god, and Frost Giant Loki, who's part of the Frost Giants. Marvel Loki is a combination of the 2. Interesting.
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible
I
suspects.
swear, you two's Kyoko.
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Yoko and me, right? Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain.
You just were missing.
Just
That's
after
it.
nighttime
That's
last
literally
night,
it.
I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The 4 of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the 4 of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at, well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock.
It's after
So the
7:30
murder
a.m.
must have happened after 10 p.m.
After,
Then I
yes.
guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body?
Between 7:30 and when we found the body.
What time did we find the body?
At 9.
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
It's 9. So get back at 9:01, yeah.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right?
That was around 7:30.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Around 7:30.
That was when the
I
sprinklers went
remember
off.
checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
What? The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. 10, and I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7 a.m. Okay then? It didn't, because the sprinklers. The body would have been completely wet. Yep, sprinklers.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So, Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
What? Where's the fallacy?
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So, Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time. We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock.
Yeah! Take that, Byakuya! Take that, Byakuya ass.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Kana says, I won't blame you if you can't figure this one out. It stumped me for a little bit. Oh, trust me, I reviewed all my evidence beforehand. And I, made sure I made some of my own statements beforehand.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the map down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words?
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler? Are you trying to deny my entire existence?
No, I'm not, Toko. Chill.
You're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you better tell us why!
It wasn't. Yep. Do I have a bullet time? Are you kidding me? A bullet time battle?
I admit nothing. No! Enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I'm right about this. I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me?
Yay! Okay. I figured that was the truth bullet, but I didn't know what else I had.
Just remember what the body was like after
Toko,
the
you really
explosion,
have to go slow
and
with
you'll
the
see
edibles,
why it
Kel
wasn't the
says.
sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
Yep.
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac! I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was
Because you poured the water on it when the fire went out, when the explosion happened.
while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Then I guess the sprinklers really didn't.
So if the
Yeah.
sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
Woohoo!
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Not my wife.
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Woohoo!
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This
Yeah.
is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time. Stop wasting energy. You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
Yeah,
you
shut
got
up.
it, boss. Shutting up now.
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So that was her motive?
She had a motive.
Too early in the
and
trial,
no
it can't be
alibi.
Kyoko.
I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still
What?
insufficient.
Kyoko!
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
With what? The coat? The tarp?
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact,
Gosh darn it,
that's
Kyoko.
exactly what the killer did.
Kyoko!
The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the
Ultimate,
body
hello!
from getting wet?
Welcome to the stream! How are you doing? Ghost says, did Monokuma take some Toko energy? Lol.
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Kyoko, are you kidding me? The tarp must have touched the body, right? But there would have been blood on the tarp.
Something's not right.
And what might that be?
Knife at the crime scene, body before the explosion. Okay. Is it the knife or the body?
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
No. No, there would have been blood on it.
By covering
So I
the
guess
body
the
with
body
the tarp,
before the explosion?
the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on is because the sprinkler,
But the underside, it was totally
it's because that side was protected from the water.
Darn it!
Shoot!
Let's watch this again.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
Yes,
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side
it was.
is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Oh, it didn't. Shoot.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Yay!
No, that's wrong.
I knew one of Hero's thing was the fallacies. I just got the wrong one at first. I was too desperate, too
Actually,
early.
one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it,
Because there was blood on the body.
because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Yakuya said it himself, not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Mario Sonic says, Ultimate says, oh yeah, I'm Mario Sonic, always remember to save. Don't worry. Kana says, I know that Byakuya isn't being biased by what he knows and instead is willing to believe that other facts even he doesn't know about really shows how developed as a character. Did he though? I don't know. You've been having fun with Sephiroth? Nice, Ultimate! Yeah, no, don't worry. I saved right before this trial started, so... Here says, suddenly I imagine Makoto being the one you can't trust yourself. Part of me is thinking, since Makoto had lines in this past non-stop debate, I'm like, what if Makoto had a weak point and I had to fire a truth bullet in my own statement?
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides.
True.
Because washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
What do you mean?
After the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim.
Kyoko, what?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would you get something like that?
I know. They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office.
They could have.
That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No.
What?
That's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
How do you know? One of the chickens!
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
Makoto has a multiple personality disorder or something? Everyone's saying, no, myself is wrong! I gotta fight myself. No, I'm wrong! No, I got that wrong!
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
Not while it's raw!
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that
Yeah,
still
poor
doesn't
chicken
make
rips.
sense.
Ultimate KFC! It's finger licking good.
You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right?
Then the blood would have washed off!
But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it.
Maybe they did it after
The
7:30.
ground was completely
I don't even know. What in the world?
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think it
think
was
so.
backwards.
Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Oh, they weren't.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off,
How does one even think like that? Joe says only way it would be on back would be if the neck was... Oh no.
wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe. But still.
I'm so confused. I am so confused.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Wait, what? What was I doing?
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
Kyoko, why are you trying to accuse me?
That's not.
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
Why are you trying to accuse me, Kyoko? Disguised dead body? Wait!
Well then, it looks like we're back.
Okay. Disguised dead body. I need to read that. The murder took place before the sprinklers turned on. The suspect covered the body with a tarp to prevent it from getting wet. Later, when they removed the tarp, The suspect placed a white jacket on the body. His jacket had previously been treated with blood to make it look like the corpse had been wearing it. Okay.
Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide?
No!
Let's flip a coin.
No.
50-50 odds.
Oh,
See? Pretty good idea, right?
no, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
I know that knife we found all black and burnt?
Yeah.
One we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right?
Yeah. It was in
According
there.
to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back.
And then the night before, that person tried to use that knife to kill me.
So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before.
Yeah, Toko found
That's
it.
what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
More important, now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it? Find out next time. Oh, wait, hold on. You see something like that in a spy movie. Kana says Kyoko is sus. And Ghost says, is Makoto possibly a secret ultimate assassin? Find out next time on Mario Sonic Z. And Kana says, did he forget Makoto's the ultimate lucky student? Lol. So, y'all gave it to me.
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just,
The night before, that person tried to kill me.
Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
This guy's dead body before explosion. Fragments of dead body, then body was found, exploded, body analysis. Okay.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
Yes, it is.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
We don't know that.
just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
No, I'm wrong.
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
It is, yeah.
So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
Wait.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
Oh no.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her,
It
right?
is what killed
So
her.
there's no question.
That is what killed her, right? Due to the explosion, the victims, they were dead before the blast. They'd been stabbed, which would completely through the body. They've been struck with the head, too! Okay. Okay, I forgot about that. Wait, is Monokuma File one of them, though?
What a horrible man you are, Makoto. The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had that automatic.
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
Darn it! if Monokuma File was one of the truth bullets, that would get it. Because we don't know if that's what killed her, or we just know the knife was in it. But we don't know if the knife is what killed her. Also, hello, Noob Tart. How you doing? The sleepy agent. Oh gosh. Okay. Ultimate says he's sad Sephiroth doesn't have a combos channel. The Cloud Court is so much better with the character info, yet they are the ones who made the Sephiroth Discord. You want to say something so bad, but you can't. I'm sorry, Kana. I'm trying. Take a shot. I'm trying. I'm really trying.
Shoot!
There is.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before,
But she was dead before the explosion.
Makoto did it!
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So
What?
there's no question.
Why did it go right through there?
You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What horrible.
Nagito did it. Blame everything on him. He's not even in this game, and he did it.
The knife we found, it's the same one. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Makoto did.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
No, I'm wrong! Oh, shouldn't have done that.
Getting stabbed is what killed
Yeah! I did it! I did it! I did it! I did it! How did...
Wait,
Oh, if
hold
Nagito
on.
was in this game.
The stab
Why
wound
did...
isn't what killed
What?
Nicola. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Yay! I got
Okay,
it!
fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body,
I don't have to die!
the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point,
It was probably from a blow to the head, because she also had something as
obviously
hard as an
the
iron
stab wound
pipe
isn't what killed
blown
her.
to her head.
Maybe you stabbed her twice.
You
Once to
shush.
kill her and once to cover it up.
I don't know. Okay, I may get this wrong, but I have a lot of parts. Darn it. Okay, okay.
Shoot!
Okay, okay, alright. Stabbed twice in the same spot? Oh, the knife? No, shush! Shush! Knife is found near the body. It was used to stab it before the explosion. Tart? The tart would have had blood on it! Darn it!
Shoot!
No! Oh!
I got it!
Wow!
The Monokuma file clearly states
did
that there
it.
was only one stab wound.
Yeah, you already said remember to save. The game tried to make it not work. How did it phase through? Yes, yeah, I did it! Remember to save. Yeah, you already said that. Be careful not to fail. I'm trying! Stop embarrassing Makoto, you're giving me anxiety. Makoto, get has some self-anxiety to be fair. Listen, I'm trying. I'm really trying.
It's just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer.
Yeah.
They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her.
But there's a blow to her head.
The killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
It was the
If you
bomb.
bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle cause an atomic level spontaneous combustion.
Nope.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
Yep. Boom, baby.
I got it!
I gained half a
After
heart.
the
Yay!
explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right?
Wait, you still remember being shocked that Toko survived the explosion? She got eat, and you said, to seat gets shot.
That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
No, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
Yeah, it was on the bomb.
That's
In
only
the
natural,
Monokuma bot.
because, of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh, then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway,
Shouldn't Monokuma be saying
explode is
something?
becoming more
I
and
thought he'd
more
be like, you're
obvious.
taking apart my body!
They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Yoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through.
Oh no, Kana got shot. Put F in the chat, everyone. You got shot in the hand? You're still alive, but just get a cloth so you can stop the bleeding.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
The blow to the head. It's the Monokuma file. That's the only thing that says it. The Monokuma file. Yay, Monokuma file number 5.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
No, it did not.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
Yeah?
And it wasn't me because of the knife, right?
No, it was not.
And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
She was.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
What? It was the blow to the head. Wait,
Then shall we continue?
countless wounds? Where are people getting the countless wounds part from? Yeah, I only found out the other day that I could look at the evidence during the trial. Oh no! Oh no! Kana's dead! Ah! Press F in the chat, everyone. Okay. Anyways. The knife. Knife gets impressed into the abdomen. The blood stains around the wound. Oh, the things were several days old. One of them says that. Yeah, they were several days old. Okay, that's what it is. Take that, Byakuya!
The explosion didn't kill.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't he.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it.
There was evidence that showed you.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire
What? Yeah, there is Byakuya. She had suffered mistakes, but that's not what killed her. Because they were several days old. Someone didn't think everything through for this trial. To be fair, I solve things faster than you. Listen, I'm trying! I'm really trying! She was blown to the head! And those wounds were a few days old! Okay.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
No, it didn't.
Yes.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't he because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
She was.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
But those were already a few days old, so that's not what could have killed her. So the only thing that could have killed her was the blow to the head. But what do I do? Don't you say those spoilers, Kana. Don't you say them.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
I don't know.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
Body before explosion. Mask, knife. Body stopped bleeding. I don't know, maybe it's this one. Body before explosion? And then, what was the other tooth bullet I had?
And it wasn't he because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Loaded body analysis.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file,
That's gotta be it.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her
What?
entire body.
But the wounds were 5 days old. They were already days old, so that couldn't have been what killed her. Hi, some guy. How you doing? You had to memorize the game for a speedrun? I see. How you doing, some guy? Yeah, no, please don't say anything. I swear I'm trying! I'm really trying!
shoot.
There's only one thing that could have killed her.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't he because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
I think I know what to do.
According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Only think of one thing that could have killed her.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has
Listen.
yet to be
explosion together for sure.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't even there's
Oh, yeah.
According to the Monokuma, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
One thing that could have killed her. It was the hit on the back of her head.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
Yeah! I did it! Take that! I turned Kana into a robot. Don't worry, Kana. Don't worry. I solved it. Don't worry. I solved it.
She suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body?
They were a few days
Did it have
old.
anything to do with it?
It's like I know. It's like I figure out the answer. What like exactly happened? But it's just sorting the truth bullets, the right truth bullets with it is like the challenge.
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Yeah, they weren't.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
Then, what was the murder weapon?
A metal pipe or something is what it
File
says. Yeah.
She was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Could it have been one of the arrows?
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe.
No, there would have been blood.
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Yes, I did do it, Kana. Thank you. You don't know anything about Danganronpa? It's alright, Dankness.
Well,
I'm sorry you're
maybe
lagging,
they held it
Ghost.
the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
Oh,
I
darn
bet you
it.
just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I thought he was saying that to Byakuya for a second. I was like, yes, hit Byakuya with that.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground and spit on it.
Oh my god, Coco.
I feel the...
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know?
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
Maybe? Maybe, I'm thinking the arrows, but I'm gonna look through everything else. Couldn't have been the key. Okay, I'm thinking the arrows.
I got it!
Yes! Yeah!
Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed him. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
And we placed it in Kyoko's room to find her.
That's what the Cobra attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird.
You mean sus?
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right.
Yeah, she does.
I'm not backtalking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
It was the chickens, clearly, that killed Mukuro. I'm thinking the blood of duct tape.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I
Yes,
have
it
no
was.
doubt that was the murder weapon.
Maybe it was.
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right?
So maybe they used multiple
Seems like
arrows.
an arrow would just be too thin. Talking back to Master!
You need to shush.
You have no right!
There were 10 titanium arrows. So she could have done
The
that.
titanium arrow.
Oh,
It was in the dojo.
whoever
I
the
have
murderer
no
is.
doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Because in the Monokuma, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe.
It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Darn it! Hold on, let me close this thing at the top. I'm sorry, Hina.
Shoot!
Okay, oh, that's your heart! I'm gonna go with the bloody duct tape then.
It was in the dojo, I have no doubt.
You sure?
You don't sound convinced.
Cousin, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe.
Must have, didn't say it was.
Seems like an arrow would just be too...
Yeah!
No, it's wrong.
Chicken Little return with a vengeance, Ghost
You're right.
says.
Just the one arrow would have been too weak.
Oh.
That's why the killer used another weapon.
How do you know? They use multiple arrows.
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe.
Yeah, okay.
And that's exactly what the killer did.
I was thinking the person used the duct tape to you know how you use a lint roller to get, like, hair off your clothes? I was thinking they used it similar to use a lint roller. They use the duct tape to get the blood off the head.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
There's the ultimate rider. You said you never understand why the students are apparently full of highlighter ink. LOL, some guy.
Hey, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? You even listening.
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
The key.
What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all. Remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
Yes, you do. It's the key.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is...
Blood would have washed away the stickiness of the tape. You said some guy just said he's about to highlight some papers with his students. Or with the students of this game, since they have blood, they have, like, highlighter ink in it.
The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime.
I swear,
This all
Kyoko?
proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
Yeah, she's my wife.
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just, there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? Then does that mean she knew I was being attacked? She came to my rescue. Kyoko! Kyoko. She killed someone for me.
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait,
Some guy says apparently the origins of pink blood was so high school students could play a game about high school stabbing each other. Yeah, it's totally in line with Danganronpa.
I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? What does that mean? Well, because he has Kyoko's key. So how could the key have gotten in Kyoko's room?
Those words you just...
Ah! What does Byakuya's account say? No one... Okay, that one is not it.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
No, she couldn't have.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that.
Byakuya,
Master would never.
There's proof that you did that, but
You stated that you said I hid and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
No, she couldn't have, because Byakuya had her key.
those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
I'm thinking it goes that there's proof.
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my...
Okay, I think I fired this if there's proof.
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly, I'm not, but you should understand.
What are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof.
Yes,
that
he would. He would hide
you-
everything from you. Yay!
no, it's wrong.
Some guy says, I memorized the trials, not the story. You're actually really confused about what's going on. Well,
In my
you're
mind,
learning now.
Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Oh, if Gmod don't sell, you can send it to me as a gift. That's so sweet. Go, thank you.
Because she had
Because
given
Byakuya
her room
has the
key to
key.
Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room,
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Then
Yeah,
you're
that's
finally
my
starting
wife.
to understand.
That's my wife. What? There was a clear... Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? What did Kyoko say? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of the school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us. I don't know. What should I do? The victim was Mikuro and Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The mastermind's trap. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. You know the danger. But if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do?
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just
Take this, send me Lunapics right now.
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
No.
You said it. The burden of proof is on you, so let's hear it. Where's this lie, then?
What was the statement she made? Wait a minute.
I didn't.
Let's take his account. Yeah, so it's Kyoko's account because she has the keys. Fudge, nuggets.
Because I've given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my
Yes, you-
room.
Then,
I just tried to
when
shoot
you
the white
searched
noise,
Kyoko's
darn it.
room, how else could the key have gotten there?
Someone other than me must have put it there. That's the only explanation.
Darn it, Kyoko.
I didn't have because I've given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
What's the fruit salad?
When we searched Kyoko's room, how else could the key
I'm just
have
trying
gotten
to
there?
shoot.
Someone
I'm not
other than
trying
me
to
must have put it
scroll.
there. That's the only
I'm just
explanation.
trying to shoot this freaking white noise because I cannot fire my truth bullet with all the white noise in the way.
I didn't have because I'd given it. There's no doubt.
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
Yeah!
No, it's wrong.
I've fallen into the scare. Oh,
No.
Kyoko.
Kyoko could have gotten into her room. You said so yourself, didn't you, Kyoko?
Monokuma's secret tool?
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school, which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
But I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing?
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it. So I lost. That's all this
What do you
means.
mean you lost?
Then, you saying you really didn't kill her? You really aren't the killer?
Okay, time's
What?
up.
Monokuma!
Huh? I'm sorry to say, but your time is up. All done, all finished. The class trial is all over.
You can't just do that.
That's ridiculous. Since when is there any? It's because you were late. So the trial started late and time ran out. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you.
No.
I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
No. What? Wait, is everyone seriously gonna vote for Kyoko? No! 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 What? No, no, Dagnus, please send me to Lunapics. Please send to me now.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
No.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
No, no, no. No. No, Kyoko, no! What's going on? No! No! They're gonna eat her alive! They're just gonna stamp her! No. After school lesson? No! Oh, so nervous, her face is turning red. No! No! That's how the past trials with her Ikusaba came to an end. No! Wait, what? Peace, but only inside the school? Huh? But only for us. That was the only hope we had. Hope. 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 This is hope?
No! This isn't right!
Wait, huh?
Makoto, why are you staring off into space?
Are you kidding
Do you have a
me?
rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
Oh my gosh! Oh my... That's right, I have to. Do I supposed... Are you kidding me? Wait! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So I don't expose the lie? So apparently I let it go. What's going on?
Well,
Gosh,
does no one have a rebuttal?
Oh my gosh. I can't. I'm sorry. Yeah, the game trolled me so hard. They trolled me so hard. What the heck? I'm reading all the comments now. Oh my gosh. My stomach hurts from laughing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kyoko. No, I'm not letting this game troll me
You
again.
decided to accept her assertion as fact.
What the?
I see. So you still refuse to accept. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
How dare this game troll me?
You! What are you
I still can't get that out of my mind. What the heck?
Of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of.
Hindi girded Kyoko. No, she didn't. She didn't get murdered. You said you're quite surprised that Aoi Hina some other. Well, the reason Kyoko wasn't there is because she spontaneously combusted. The director said so.
Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
had to be Makoto.
I didn't have the key to Kyoko's
I
room.
don't see any other option.
I didn't have the
Wait a
key to
second.
Kyoko's room.
You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up.
Monokuma.
Huh?
Time's up. Class trial's all over. Everyone can stop talking now.
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late. So we had to push back the start time.
Don't you troll me again.
And it's time for voting time.
Don't you troll me
okay?
again.
Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you.
Don't you troll me again, Monokuma. Don't you troll me again, Danganronpa. Don't you troll me. No. Oh, I'm done. I didn't get a single C. Yay. I still can't unsee that. I cannot unsee that. I can't unsee it at all. Yay, I got an A on this trial. Woohoo.
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Hey, hold on. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
We don't know. Oh no. Don't y'all choose Kyoko. Don't y'all choose Kyoko. Don't y'all choose Kyoko. What?
Sorry.
Yes, indeed. Yep.
What?
Hey! Shing!
Huh?
Thrills! Chills! Kills!
They can't kill me. I'm the protagonist. What?
I don't expect you to forgive.
Kyoko?
I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Huh? Wait a minute. They're about to kill me? What? Wait, so... Did I actually kill her when I was sleeping? Oh, now I'm going through this punishment! Gosh darn it! I'm dead! I'm dead! This game's over! This game's over. I'm dead. Makoto Naegi is dead forever. There's no more game. Kana says, yo, I thought you were excited to play as Kyoko now. I mean, if I do, that's awesome, but I highly doubt... Wait, what? Oh. I thought I was about to die there. No! No! I'm about to die. Makoto, no! Wait, am I actually gonna die? Is he actually gonna die? This is as close as Kyoko gone. Oh no! Oh no! Ah! Wait, what? Chihiro! Oh my gosh! Alter Ego! Alter Ego! You saved me! Thank you! I'm falling! Ah! I'm gonna hit my head and die. That's what's gonna happen. Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, was that? Yeah, it had to be. Alter ego. Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? And now Naegi's being sent to Wonderland. Ultimate says, we told you, I was wrong! He must have planted it when he invaded my network. It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
In other words,
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away, garbage-strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better punishment. Special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Wait, so am I playing as Kyoko? Hey Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the heck is going on?
calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time.
In other words,
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
so
You'll understand soon enough. I just want to know. Gosh freaking darn it. Yeah, Kana says, Kyoko may be acting cool, but I bet she was actually screaming internally when she thought Makoto was gonna die. Yeah, honestly, yeah, I really think so. Sitting in a desk where you could easily get up, but literally does nothing. I think he was strapped to the chair, though. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy. Wait, I'm Makoto again? It brings in top students from every field imaginable. A government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into workforce every year. It was built to raise hope and the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you have to already be attending high school. Two, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students, I'm back in the beginning now, with me. Huh? Wait, I'm brainwashed again? Yeah. What even is going on? Wait, oh, I'm downstairs. Ah! Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or was it just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remember all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me. And he used the last little bit of his strength to do it. Chihiro! So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. The first step was to start looking for a way out of there. I guess this door. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled, it didn't budge. Might as well investigate. Oh, look for food. Okay. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Some water. I'm glad it's really dirty. Yeah. Because I'm still alive. Yeah! Good job, Makoto. Good job. After making that bad declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. Okay. Aww. All you did was sleep. What? What fell from the sky? Ah! What? Is that other trash?
Just a second.
Kyoko! Kyoko!
It smells
Hi.
awful.
Hey, let me fix your hair, wife.
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing
So-
here? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you finish. Thank you, Kyoko. She brought me bread and water. Thank you. I snatched the bread and water she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. Phew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up, then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Now, how did Kyoko survive that fall? Makoto, I understand, but Kyoko? I don't know, how did Makoto survive that fall? He was, like, falling with his head first. Well, Kyoko had, like, other trash as, like, kind of a cushion. Apparently... I'm reading the comments, and apparently during that, like... I wasn't even paying attention to what was on that school board during that punishment. Apparently Makoto was... Or not Makoto, Monokuma was teaching sex ed during the execution. Wow. Like, I did not see that. Wow. Well, it's not such a bad thing to be good at. Okay, now what? There's another model. Oh my god. A rocket and a tank. That was at the very beginning of the game! That's the chair and table. Okay. Kyoko has the key! Kyoko has the key! But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone. She's an important character. We can't kill her, right? Flashbacks to that. That was so traumatizing. Okay, good night, Ultimate. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, Kana says, Makoto's the ultimate lucky student. Makoto got lucky. Simple as that. That's why he survived the fall. During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. Oh, don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive no matter what the cost.
It's true.
I'll tell you. Okay, then tell me.
In other words...
Okay. I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for a very important reason.
Indeed.
That's right, at least I did, once. Until recently, I've forgotten what it was. memory. And is it really true you lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived? Yeah, we all got knocked out. And I woke up and I was trapped here. I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. I just couldn't. It would seem. Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory? Because I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose, my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However,
And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind, which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. I see. Well, what if what you say is true? Why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always a chance that the mastermind is actually one of us.
Correct.
Well, don't make a big deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? One of us. She believed that, and of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... Dark Arrow! Hello! Welcome to the stream! Oh, gosh. Tristan, just F already! That's the abridged version. Yeah, I won't tell Kyoko about the bad end at all. Ugh. I see. Your intuition was right there. There was no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand.
That was Kyoko speaking!
Understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
That was Kyoko saying those things, but Makoto was hearing it as his own voice.
Listen,
Kyoko was in his room. It is nothing, right?
hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. Okay, so the door? Kyoko, talk to her more? Okay. Why'd I have to stop? You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally... What is it, Kyoko? What is it? What everyone should have known me for. She's the ultimate detective! Yes! That's my girl! That's my wife! She's the ultimate detective! So she could have, found the case out, and that's why the mastermind wanted to remove her memory! That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense.
correct.
There was someone I had to find here in this school.
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. Why do you want to find the headmaster? Because...
in other words,
Oh my gosh! Ah! That explains why an alter ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. And Kyoko said no. No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
no matter what,
Oh my gosh! Memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
however,
Well, listen, Makoto. I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess. The desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second-floor dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. But how did... Oh, 'cause Sakura. This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Makuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
That's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However...
But once I got there, I noticed that the second-floor dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized... You can still go back and clip my reaction, Kana. Like in the VOD. Okay, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going into the school is more horrific than we'd ever imagined. What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself. I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important. Really ominous. Do I talk to you again?
However...
Of course, once I got to the second-floor dorms, there were no cameras and no monitors, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. Had to do with Mikuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, you didn't kill her. And I know... It wasn't me? Wait, why was the Monokuma...
Anyway...
Point of the class child, Mikuro Ikusaba... Oh. Wow. So that would have happened if I exposed her. Oh, wow. 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 Okay. The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. You're free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words...
The mastermind was adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Mario Sonic, she's my wife. Makoto, our wife. No, Makoto's my wife and my wife alone. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. Wow. Makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
Hey.
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mikuro Ikusaba. What about that? There was a point where Mikuro may not have become the victim. Could have... What? So that was her that tried to kill me, right?
Indeed.
That was her that tried to kill me, Mikuro Ikusaba! You can hear them, you know, the footsteps of the god of death. Huh?
Anyway...
Which is exactly what happened with you. You were in the dorms, you had a sudden sense of dread. Looked down at the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. A white shadow? You gave chase right away. As I followed, I saw the shadow go into your room. Yeah.
Correct.
Kyoko, see.
However...
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
Correct.
The murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. All had to be the work of the mastermind. An attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So, all this would mean that whoever killed Makuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
Don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. Except, it's really bad if it's true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. But doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Makuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but they seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction.
In other words,
The mastermind is the one who's been cornered.
Makoto.
Just a little more, okay. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. There's no doubt that Makuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person.
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about
That's right.
tragedy, right? Yeah, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Tragedy. They're the ultimate despair. That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. And they're, make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Are you kidding me? I don't want to be done right now. Okay, I do not want to be done right now, so I'm going to play through some of Chapter 6. What the frick? What the heck? I really got to know what happens next. Yes, I will save. Ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. The same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now we have to get out of this horrible place, finally. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Let's leave! You still have that one key? Monokuma secret key?
Indeed.
Of course I do. Yeah!
That's right.
Alright, let's do it.
It's true.
Yay! It opened! Woohoo!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. There wasn't even time to take a breath of relief because the real fight had just begun. Okay. The ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. Now what? There was a metal ladder leading up to the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Okay. Okay.
Hey,
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. So, Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
so...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So,
Right.
because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society, which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. I see.
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational, but it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. So that explains, before I came here, you never saw anything about her, because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However,
I gave up some of that pride to come to Hope's Peak. Knowing something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride was to find your father. Wow!
what?
Wait, what? But you've been reuniting all these years.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father
However,
about. Something you want to say to him. Ah! I'm running low on power! But I'm plugged in, but somehow it's not working. Ah, hold on. Hold on, I'm moving this. Let's see. Okay, this should work. There we go. Okay, it's starting again. Alright, there's something I want to say to him, though. Okay, I had to go back and get my phone so I could see you guys' comments. No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. Tell him what?
So,
I want. Oh! Kyoko! Last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself. But apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future,
however,
but he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather. They had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression, so I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All we could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true. But there's one thing I can never forgive.
So,
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
however,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. And that's how they see me, even to this day. The shadow had been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need to get him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But then why are you going back to him? But could they still remember him? Your family just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our connection is through blood, nothing more. Honestly, sadly, that's true. Honestly, if someone in your family is, that horrible to you, you should not have an obligation to, still be there for them because they're your family. No, I know plenty of people with abusive parents. I'm thankful to have supporting parents, but I know others who have, abusive parents, and I'm like, yeah, no, get away from them as soon as possible. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family? only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Wow. Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. We'll find out. Switch it open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. Reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... that's where we are! Yay! Looks like we're back! Whew. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back at Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. Oh my gosh. So what's the next step? Okay. When in doubt, talk to Kyoko. Glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, then I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So
Then let's just get a concrete answer.
in other words...
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping.
However...
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we find out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed to the nearby surveillance camera. That's true, they already know. So you're saying that rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What do you think is going to happen? Isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You've said something like that before. What does it mean? So, the mastermind stood exposed during the investigation and Makuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down.
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. Still a little, super uneasy about it. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Alright. Dark Era says still about that other, in that false ending and the bad ending. Dark Era says still Aoi Hina took 3 dudes to give birth to 3 times. That's some off-brand level. Like she had a child with Makoto and then with Byakuya and then with Hiro. 3 different boys with those 3 different men.
Well now.
Hey. Hi. Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished! Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. But Makoto wasn't guilty. So now I'm gonna punish you again! And this time, I won't leave anything to chance! Kyoko! Do whatever you feel you... What?
However...
But before you do, let me just say one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that it matters to you, right? I lose? You! Explain yourself! What do you mean by that?
Because...
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way. So you wanted an excuse to kill me.
In other words...
I was supposed to be the chosen as the blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
However...
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting, because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
Right.
And in response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well. But then, there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery, alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of being that could come to our aid even after you killed it.
Am I wrong?
Now, that here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Makuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it surely would be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well,
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What? Is this a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
what the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me? The absence of this evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Got him!
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume you killed him because of what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without providing your innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice.
So what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Makuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
Yes!
Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial. One last showdown. In other words, this would be your chance to expose the true identity of Makuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'd probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very! Oh, another bear pun. Very interesting indeed.
What's
It's been a while since you said a bear pun. So time for bear jokes. Now what you've suggested might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I prepare to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair cling?
Barely contain myself!
Oh my gosh. Can we still have a shot at this?
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer isn't barely a fitting ending.
You guys!
So for the final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. Monokuma, stop! That's right, every Let's mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain myself.
then that'd be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
It's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way out of the truth of Makuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school, then you win. But if you can't do all that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair? You didn't say a bear pun there. You didn't. It's kind of despair. Will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? Honestly, can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. You remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm. That is what you said, right? And it's a true statement. You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on school regulations. And having a trial for Makuro is no exception to that. Makuro's trial is no exception? Then it's a part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Makuro, it's a very polarizing approach, I know. But, okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Okay.
Listen.
Why'd you go quiet all of a sudden?
Now
I'm done talking! I've got nothing left to say to you! So get lost, will you? The frick, Monokuma? He seems emotionally unstable. Leave me alone! Get out of here! Okay, I'm going. You really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra punishment overflowing with despair.
hey.
Come on, Makoto. Let's go. Okay. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true, but still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal, but you accepted my proposal and you're my wife, so. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so,
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because,
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said.
so,
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
What did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off,
However,
and yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something like that difficult. The reason?
so,
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost, us killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
would
The
seem,
mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anyone.
In other words,
So the Mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely.
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair, the Mastermind wants the world to see that. To try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair. They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their own reasoning for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led the Mastermind to revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world, the Mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the Mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. That's why the Mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Ah! Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
Gosh, that death of Junko still really took me by surprise. So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules, to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer. Then, it made me out to be the killer, but even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yeah, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the Mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the Mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the Mastermind harm to have shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the Mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the Mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sigh of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. Totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Yeah, that's very true. Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have a chance to win this time.
correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the Mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True. But now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the Mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Right now, we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorms somewhere. Shall we go? Okay. Ah! Turned too early. Let's go. Okay, I think I'm going to save there for the night. So, I still can't get that bad ending out of my head. Gosh darn it. Let me make sure I saved. Yeah, I did. But yeah, I'm gonna stop the stream there, guys. So thank you all for hopping on. Thank you. Oh my gosh. A lot of different people hopped on, so I don't know if I'm gonna get everyone right. But, Ghost, Kill, Ultimate, Kana, Dankness, some guy, New Heart. I can't remember. I got something like that. Ultimate. I already said some guy. Is that it? Is that everyone that showed up? Oh, and Dark Era. Did I say Dark Era? Anyways, thank you guys all so much for this stream. This was quite a night. I still can't get that out of my head. That image of Kyoko's execution. I cannot get it out of my head. But anyways, good night, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. And if you're not doing well, please remember that you are still loved. Good night, everybody.